Okay, we're now ready to record.
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
No, I have a cat inside of a box. He jumped into the sorry.
Okay, so here we're on the air, but don't feel shy. I'm just gonna, put this out on the internet. So let's just expand again out into the outer reaches of space until it gets quiet. Okay, good. Okay, now we can do our nice little experiment. So close your eyes. And where's that sound coming from? Close your eyes and think of two sounds that give you pleasure. Whatever sounds they are, okay. And now think of two smells that give you pleasure. So whether it's fresh bread, just a second here. Okay. Whether it's fresh bread or the smell of rain or the smell of lavender or your favorite essential oils or the smell of whatever that is, pizza, or think of two smells that give you true pleasure. Okay, and now think of two tastes that give you true pleasure. And now think of two sights that give you pleasure. What things can you look at that really give you pleasure? Is it watching people have fun? Is it green of the forest, or is it the ocean, or is it watching the birds, or is it seeing the trees and color, flowers? What things really give you pleasure? And now think of two sensations that give you pleasure. Is it the feeling of having clean clothes, or the feeling of, fuzzy blanket, or laying down on the grass, or silk or velvet, or what kind of touches give you pleasure? And now think of two activities that give you pleasure. What things do you enjoy doing the most, that you feel good, that you feel really you? Is it walking in nature, or writing, or doing energy work, or what is it? Or you're really in the flow? Now, just as an added touch, swirl all of those things together in a kind of a whirlwind. Swirl them all together and include you in that. Bit of a vortex. And then expand it out to the outside of the universe. Plural for you, Joy. Okay. Cool. Miss Sarah. Just a second, I'm going to unmute you. How you feeling there?
It's relaxed.
It's nice, isn't it?
What?
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what are you at now?
Serotonin.
102, like you wanted to be. You're just a little ahead of yourself.
I feel like 110. Like I feel really, 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 really good.
Awesome. Lois?
The number coming to me is 97.
97? Okay. Pretty darn near perfect. So there's all sorts of things about serotonin we can talk about another time if you're interested. Some people can have 8 times the amount of serotonin. I think it is. Dopamine? Serotonin. No, 8 times the amount of serotonin that you should have. And it makes them feel kind of crazy. But that goes along with OCD.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, too much serotonin gives you like OCD, ADD, HD. It makes you really like compulsive and like all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can talk about how drugs interact with that if you're interested. I did a little bit of
That's an entire other like
it is
thing.
Different conversation. Yeah. Okay. So can you let's do some stuff here now. Can you breathe in love from all over the universe? From everywhere and everything, and then breathe out and think, thank you. So breathe out and say thank you back.
Thank you.
Breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe out thank you. And you can smile too. Smiling actually changes your brain chemistry.
It does.
So I can just say these kind of random things, and Joey's going to give you the facts for them. He'll give you the numbers. Breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe out, thank you. Back. And so it's in. Breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe out, thank you. Okay, so that's something you can do anytime. Anytime, when you're driving, when you're riding, commute. And it makes a huge, huge difference. Feels great. Can you guys hear me? Or should I be like projecting closer to the speaker? Okay, now another little exercise we're gonna do. And I've written all this stuff down, which I'll send to you. So you'll have a little written record. Ooh, he's now full of light. Come from darkness.
I'm just light. Getting, it's the time for me to take my melatonin before I go to bed in an hour. So I'm just grabbing my melatonin from the kitchen. Okay.
So this one, this comes from Graziano, Dr. Graziano Dominici. So all you do, and you can do this when you're driving and say it in your head. So you smile and just say thanks, thanks in your native language. All of you, is English your first language? Yeah? Okay, so just smile and say thanks, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thanks. You can do it with me. Thanks, 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 until you feel a surge. And then keep doing it till you feel another one. Thanks, 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 thanks. I do it when I'm driving. It's just like turns things around just like that. It's like, why didn't I think of this before? Thanks, thanks. Think it in your head. Thanks, 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 thanks. You could do it with me, thanks, except if you feel a little silly. Thanks, thanks, thank you, thanks, thanks, thanks. Okay. How does that feel to do that?
Amazing.
Sarah? Silly? What? Yeah? Are you killing yourself there, Joey? What's going on?
Oh, a cat jumped off of a ledge. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Lois, how's that feel?
Wonderful.
Good. So that's something, do lots. So we're going to do lots of stuff tonight is all sort of related to gratitude and all that kind of stuff. The next one. So you should feel some kind of surge, and actually what you're doing is opening up to your being. I don't know what that surge is. It's probably some neurochemical or some chemical that you're releasing in your body. Just like, whoosh, wow, right? It feels really cool. So now think about something that you are grateful for, that you actually are grateful for, really glad is in your life. And expand that as big as the universe. So expand the energy or the space of that as big as the universe or bigger. And just enjoy that and allow the good feelings to flow in. Lots of times we have a set point of how much good we allow ourselves to feel. What if we set that point higher? What if we were willing to receive more good feelings without feeling kind of like bad or guilty? It's not good. It's not right to feel this good. No. Okay, something you're grateful for, expand it as big as the universe. Okay. Now think of something you're not grateful for. Got it? Lois, are you grateful for everything, or is there some little thing you're not grateful for? Got something?
Well, I just got a little tummy sink.
All right.
There's something there.
Okay. So now that thing that you're not so grateful for, expand that as big as the universe.
Why?
Try it. Expand it as big as the universe.
It's very grounding.
What happens when you do that? It's grounding.
It cancels out the other stuff.
It disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when something is true and congruent and actually real, it will have more substance as you make it bigger. When something isn't real, when it's just an illusion or it's just fake or whatever, it just disappears.
Yeah, but illusions usually they feel better. They're like cotton candy and marshmallow at the same time.
So this reality feels like cotton candy and marshmallow to you?
No.
That's an illusion. The biggest one of all. Isn't there an Einstein quotation about that? It's the most persistent illusion that we have.
Yeah, I just read that today.
Yeah, so did I.
He's like, there was another one that was going around the internet. There was like, if you can look it up, then you don't need to memorize it.
Yeah.
And they like kind of like looked at it and go, in this day and age where we have Google, there's nothing that we actually technically need to memorize anymore.
So that should change our educational experience, but it hasn't yet.
But I'm like, it makes sense to me now. It's like, oh, I don't have to know that because I can look it up.
Yeah. You can use your mind for creating great stuff instead of memorizing stuff.
Would you like to go outside?
Yeah,
there
sure.
You go. Then the cat wanted to leave the room.
She's like, oh, this is silly stuff. I'm getting out of here. Okay. Yes, and another one of his quotations that I was looking at today is, what is it again now? No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. So when we think about the vibration of gratitude being about 1,000, on those vibrational scales, you've seen them, I'm sure. I can't remember the name of the guy, but it's the 1,000. Gratitude is the very highest vibration. So, sorry, what?
No, I said it is. It is.
Yeah. But when you think of fear, guilt, I'm not sure exactly, but they're about 30. They're all the way down. The fear, guilt, shame, depression is almost dead. Like when you're in that vibration, you're just about dead. And no wonder that people commit suicide when they're severely depressed, because they're very close to that frequency.
The zero.
Yeah. So when you start operating at the vibration of gratitude, and we're not going to always be there, but we can practice our muscles, if you will, habits of that during the day. And that's why we're doing all of this, is to change the habit so we get in the habit of gratitude. And then you start flowing at the level. And that from that level, then you can transform the stuff that's below. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
So that's where we need to be operating. So if we are, scared about how the world is or what's going on, and we're going at it from that that's where it was created. We're not going to change anything. Or if we're trying to fight something we think is wrong, we're going at it at the exact same level that it was created. We're not going to transform anything or change anything there. And similarly, I don't know if any of you are dealing with weird energies and stuff, but if something gets sent at you that's unpleasant and you fight back, is it going to change? You know, it just goes ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, and it never ends, right? And I've done that, and you get tired of flinging demons back and forth. You know, it just gets tiresome after a while, and you think something else must be better than that. Alrighty. So now let's do something else. Okay, let's be nice and grateful for your body. So breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe it out, smile, and breathe it out into your body, even though it doesn't cognitively make sense. Your body likes it, and say thank you. And how does that feel? So breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe it out into your body and say thank you. And smile. Stretch your lips. It changes your brain. Breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe it out into your body and say thank you. Thank you, body, for all the great stuff you do. And don't go on a guilt trip about how badly you treat your body. This is not the time for that. Breathe in love from all over the universe, from everywhere. Everything that's willing to contribute, which it all is. And smile and breathe out into your body and say thank you. Now you can do this, a 5-minute break from work or whatever you're doing. Any one of these would kind of turn the day around. Okay, now think of something that you lack. Money, 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 money. Do, 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 do. It's a rich man's world. Right?
Okay.
You don't want me to sing anymore? Okay. What else do you think you lack?
Usually it's like confidence. It's like
Okay.
solar plexus chakra drama.
Oh, yeah. Lois, you got something in mind? You don't lack anything. I have all and am content. I have all and abound.
I usually try to think that way.
Okay, so think of something that you think you lack or would like more of, and breathe in love from all over the universe. And breathe out into that thing that you think you lack and say, smile and say, thank you. You resisting this, Sarah?
You got her going. She's saying things a mile a minute. Her mouth is moving.
She's like, I'm not grateful. Don't tell me I have to be grateful. I've been told that all my life. You should be grateful. Think of all the starving children in Biafra. You should be grateful. You have a roof over your head, and you have clothes to wear, and you have school. You should be grateful. Some kids don't get to go to school. You should be grateful. Look at the kids down the street.
People used to say that to me all the time, and I would be like, it's not about me. It's about them. That's their universe. My universe, this is more important than that.
So can we get all that stuff? You should be gratefuls. Which is why when we hear the word grateful and gratitude, we go, bleh. Right? When I started doing a gratitude journal, it made me physically ill. So I called it my, things that make me feel good, things that I enjoy, and maybe sometimes things I'm grateful for. And that's how I eased myself into it. So let's just go to the next thing and we'll come back to that. So can you get all of that? You should be gratefuls and bring them out in front of you as a space. We'll start playing with spaces. All the you should be gratefuls. You let your body facilitate you. This is something that we learned from Graziano too. Okay, so they're all right here in this big ball of yuck. Now, can you let your hands just play with that ball of spaces that has all the energies in it and transform it? You might want to pull things out of it. You might want to twist it. You might want to send it up as a spiral. Some of you have seen these exercises because I've posted some of them. And just let your hands do whatever particular ballet they're going to do. Get your mind out of the equation. Let your mind relax. It's useful as a servant, but a really lousy master. You should be grateful. Think of all the starving children in Biafra. I heard that all the time growing up. Finish your dinner. Not in that tone of voice, though.
I think it's usually the standard, like, deal with children, say this and this thing that everybody gets in a PDF,
Yeah.
even before PDFs.
So, Joey, are you willing to let your body facilitate you?
Always.
Okay, are you doing this? I just can't see it.
Oh, I am.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just out of the screen.
Just out of the camera. Okay, cool. Because sometimes we feel silly or something.
No, God, no. I'm playing around because
king of
one of my
silly.
hands is holding my phone, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
The other hand is just kind of doing its thing.
If you did with both hands, it would be really entertaining for us. It would look like being on the merry-go-round at the CNE exhibition. Okay, so let's dissipate all that. You should be grateful. Thank you very much for now. Okay. Let's go back to think of something you lack. What percentage is it of intensity, Sarah? Okay. Joey?
Oh, it's like not even 6%. It's never really ever an issue.
This confidence thing.
Oh God, like I have like
Sarah is muted.
my
Sarah
solar
is
plexus is like very kind of like one of the most balanced chakras.
That's why, because you got trucks and crap back. Okay, sorry, you said before that you lack confidence, but it's not a big deal, apparently.
What, Sarah or me?
You.
No, I don't remember saying that.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought I heard. You
No,
weren't-
I said my solar plexus is one of the most balanced chakras that I have.
Okay, so what, so you think, can you think of something that you think that you lack?
Probably like I'm a lot less cutthroat than I should be.
Aww.
Because I don't like to pull the trigger, and I don't like kind of like vaporizing people when I know that it's probably the best idea. That's probably what I lack. I lack a ability to like
Kill people.
alienate situations.
Okay. All right, so the thing you lack, just breathe in love from all over the universe. I think love is really going to help you want to kill people, Joy. It's going to be really good aid in that. So when you look at it like that, it might not be that exactly that you feel like you lack, but maybe a respect for yourself. Or something along that line. Can you reframe it so that it's something that love would actually enhance rather than having to vaporize itself? Okay, let's do money, because we all want more money. Except Joey, who's rich, because he's selling his novels to publishers who treat him like crap, but he can't vaporize them.
I don't know. I've never really thought of money about like in that context. Like,
okay,
usually what happens is that money usually like just shows up.
Good.
Along the way without me asking for it. So I've never really had to deal with the whole idea of being like, oh, I have to ask for more money.
Okay, we can share some of that with Sarah because she's kind of feeling a bit stuck in that regard. Okay, so get the space of whatever you lack and breathe in love from all of the universe. We're going to do a few things with this. Okay, that inflow of beauty and goodness and love, let it come in. Okay, good. And then breathe that out into that thing that you think you lack. So if you want to put that thing you think you lack as a space in front of you, that helps to visualize it better. So can you visualize, it's like a vacuum vortex pulling all the love in the universe into that space. Okay, so that is pulling all the love in the universe. Breathe in and breathe it out and say thank you and smile. Thank you, money. No cursing right now, Sarah, not allowed. And breathe in love from all over the universe. All that in love, which is actually the energy and space of abundance and light and beauty and perfection. And breathe that out, smile, and breathe that out into the space of whatever you think you lack and say thank you. There, that's starting to flow now. Lois, the book that I would really recommend is actually way beyond that, called Thank and Grow Rich.
I've read Think and Go Rich.
Yeah. So let's try
several
the
times.
next level, and it's called Thank and Grow Rich. It's about gratitude and the amazing power of gratitude by Pam Grout.
I know who Pam Grout is.
Yeah, I love her stuff. I just started reading that, listening to it, and I got E Cubed, which I love also, and E Squared, which I have. It's her first one, and then E Cubed. Well, not first. She's written a lot, but the latest ones.
She's got about
Bought.
10 really big books, and then she has a whole bunch of little other anthologies and stuff.
Yeah. So the latest one I think is Thank and Grow Rich, just new last year. It's very inspiring. I have the audio and I listen to it on the way to school, and it's very inspiring and exactly what we're doing. And some of this 30 days of pleasure and gratitude, that's from her. So recommended reading, highly. Okay, so breathe in love from all over the universe. You're drawing it all to you, all that love and beautiful stuff. And then breathe it out into the space of that thing that you think that you lack. And smile and say thank you, Sarah. She's saying, I want to turn off my video. Quit looking at me. Okay. Now, can you get the space of the thing you think you lack physically? Let's do this with it now. Okay. And just twist it. Twist it. Any way that you want to twist it. So you can spin it and twist it, or you can twist it, like a globe that you can spin forwards and backwards, and you can do it on every degree of the axis around the circle. You can do it all at once. So Joey, this is where anything you can imagine you can do when you're in spaces. So you can, I'd say, oh, I should try this, make a whirlwind go up. Oh, that's cool. Or I should try this, make a circular flow through somebody's body. Oh, that's cool. Or go the other way. Oh, that's cool. Or cross this. Oh, that's cool. So anything that you can think of. Yes, the shaking hands thing. This is what Graziano does with it. So shake your hands in it. Very powerful in that space. He was like, I can get rid of some bladder kidney problem. I can get rid of it in 2 minutes now instead of half an hour. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice to speed up the healings. So shaking it, yeah. So on the topic of lack and abundance, Sarah, I'm just going to pinpoint you. Can you get the space of your being? Got it? Well, you and your truck, so you're really noisy. Okay?
Okay.
We got the space of your being.
Mm.
Get the space of all your team, all your advisors or guides or whatever you want to call them. It's significantly large space. Ask them in your mind right now, if you will, is there any lack where they are?
And you mean lack where they are in their realm?
Yes. Skill testing question. And ask them if they'd be willing to help you manifest the kind of abundance that they are. Or physically actualize the kind of abundance that they are and that your being is. Even though you have very little faith.
You said where they are, and what was the second part?
Where your being is too. which is with them, basically. The Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, the insides of my palms are like,
Awesome. Isn't that fun?
yeah, it's almost like electricity.
Yeah. It's spiral. Is it spiraling?
It's almost like there's a vortex in each palm right now.
Yeah, that's how it feels usually.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You can do stuff with that, with other bodies, with crystals. I was playing with crystals the other day. Man, that's fun.
I wonder where you were playing with.
I wonder. Did you see the pyramid? How do you like my pyramid setup?
Diana absolutely loves it. She won't let anybody touch it.
I said, don't sell any of these.
Somebody actually bought some of the pieces. Like, it actually became like a hot zone. It's like of like people wanting to buy parts of like that setup. So
Of course they do.
like rebuild it.
Well, you keep ordering those stones.
And that's on the list.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Sarah, is it still a 10? That feeling of lack?
Not as much. I think a lot of it is a fear pattern or an old belief, a self-sabotaging belief that
Okay,
I'm
next.
not worthy of it. Because I mean, I literally have right here.
Yeah, you're not worthy of it. Just saying.
I'm not worthy of it. I haven't had money for 2 years. I've been living on donations until I came home. So
Yeah, well, who chose that, sweetheart?
to go out and save the world
Well, no.
and save myself and awakened. And I mean, there's the beautiful gratitude in all of it. Now it's it's gaining back that worth back into me, that I'm worthy of the same that I went out and gave to others.
Okay, yeah, but let's look at the
Interesting
very
that you brought
aspect.
up-
She's making up all these stories, eh? It's like, oh, bunch of BS. No, I'm sorry, it's not. So the very thing that we're talking about, a lack of money. So what if what you were doing was going out to prove that you didn't actually need it? Did you need money with there?
No, because whenever I did need money, it showed up without me even just like before I'd leave. 'Cause I mean,
Shocking.
I manifested money all the time.
Okay.
'Cause otherwise, I was fed and housed, and if I had to pay for taxi, the money would appear. A donor would show up or something.
Okay. So have you not proven to yourself then you can do it?
Yeah, because things show up now. They're not so much monetary things are being given to me, or I'm very blessed that my parents have been taking care of me and feeding me and paying for my mortgage and stuff. So it comes in
You are totally blessed, I'd say. Okay.
an alternative way, not in a tangible money I can see in my hand.
Okay.
And I think-
can we say that money is actually not just cash?
Yeah, it's energy.
It's energy. Well, it's a space.
Yeah.
It's a space.
Sometimes the whole monetary like control thing is, it's not necessarily the money that the universe is sending you has to do with, it has to be yours and yours alone. It could be about the money being like presented around you. Like, I notice when I call out to the universe for money, everybody else gets the money, and I benefit. Everybody else, I never get it directly, which I'm totally fine with, and now I know how to maneuver and manage it. But until I was able to understand that's how it worked with me, then I didn't know how to control it. But now I know how to control it. So it's all like, oh, when I ask for money, I know that my roommate's gonna get money, and then I'm gonna get benefits from that. So Sarah, don't expect to get it directly. No one's gonna deposit $100,000 into your bank account, but you might get a windfall in another way.
Yeah, and that's what they say in Access. It never shows up how you think it's going to.
Is anybody else hearing all this interference and your all's voices are all distorted?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
It's the bandwidth. Sorry,
No, it's
Sarah.
your demons. I'm just teasing you.
Because I really through the summer I didn't give much fear into it. I just knew I'd be taken care of. Things would be all right. But here recently, I guess in the last few weeks, my dad has just been drilling me. Because, I mean, he's, love his heart. He says, I still will help you. But he says, I just want you to know, can't help you to the, the extent I'm doing it now. When are you coming back online type thing. And so it's almost like it brought in all those wounds from the childhood. My dad constantly said, money doesn't grow on trees, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so that's almost like that's what threw me back into that old pattern.
Yeah.
It's almost like everything shut down. Like everything going so well just went.
Yeah.
So it's I guess that not buying into those patterns and those beliefs that our family drilled into us.
Right.
Yeah. So
but it sounds like
what tools do you? Oh, sorry.
No, but the thing is, it's if he's helping you out financially, it's like the financial umbilical cord is still there, so therefore those patterns and beliefs are still being fed into you directly.
It's like strange.
It's whenever I suggest ways of how I can get myself out of this pickle I'm in right now, he always is like, no, you don't want me to do that. Like, I mean, I even contemplated filing bankruptcy, and he's like, I can't let you do that. He says,
listen, filing bankruptcy is not a big deal at all. At all.
Yeah, so how much, Sarah, how much does he actually want you to be independent?
I know. That's what
Can you put on ear things?
Who?
My voice is echoing back through your speakers.
Who?
Sarah.
Or somebody. Somebody is got an echo going on there.
It's not me.
Not you?
No.
Okay. So how does he, does he actually want you to be independent?
In some ways, I feel like he and my mom don't. I feel very sucked onto right now.
Because it's like, come here, go away, come here, go away.
Yeah, it's this back and forth, because every time I do try to gain independence, I feel like suck me back in, because I was going through all these motions of how can I take back control of my life, and find the independence and be able to get out from under this mountain of debt that I got into while I was gone, and be able to start, because right now, how can I move forward when I'm dragging this rock of, debt and things around? I'll never get out from underneath it.
No, you won't. Let's play with that one.
So, Sarah, are you in the States?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so how much are you picking up on everybody else's monetary stuff in the States? Oh!
That's why I stay away from everybody. No news, none of that.
Okay, so
Sarah,
can
I ask you, what state are you living in?
I'm in Virginia on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Virginia.
That makes sense. So
sweetie,
Louise, is she in Canada
Alberta.
or the States? Oh, she's in Alberta.
Yeah.
Okay.
So prime question is
Saskatchewan.
really mine. Oh, you're in Saskatchewan now. That's right. I forgot that. Yeah, you're in Weyburn. Yeah. Sorry. I keep picturing you out in the States. Yeah. You're down there where my cousin is. I have 2 cousins down there. You know Deanna and Heather?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, what we're talking about is exactly what we were going to do. Playing with the space of something that isn't working as you'd like and unlocking the stories. So can you get the story that, what's a good story about money? It doesn't grow on trees? So get a story about something that isn't working in your life. Can I give you an example? For instance, this morning, I was driving along the freeway on the way to work. I'd done all my bliss out stuff, and I was in pretty good space. I thought, my nice little car that has been an amazing story in itself. And this guy honks, and he goes something like, hurry up. And I'm like, what do you mean hurry up? And so then next opportunity. So I sped up just to be accommodating, but I was already going 100. And then he zooms by at the first opportunity and swoops in, and I'm like, and then he gets stopped, right? 2 car lengths ahead. He has to wait for everybody anyway. And I'm thinking, okay, so I could react and get kind of mad because it was rude. I thought, well, let's think of some other stories for this. Well, maybe he's on the way to the airport, and he doesn't want to be late. Maybe he's late for work. Maybe his wife is having a baby and he has to get there in a hurry. Maybe he's going to do something fun and he wants to get there. Or maybe he just likes driving fast. It's like, oh, there's so many different stories we could tell about the same thing. It's like trying on different perspectives. It's like trying on different clothes until you find the ones that you like and that fit, feel good. So we can do that anytime. We can choose a story, and we kind of don't realize that we can, because some stories are being projected onto us by what other people tell, or, you know, they've been projected maybe from off planet, right, Joey? There are a lot of projections actually from off planet. Or we're just picking them up. Sarah, you're aware of everything in this world. So you're aware of all the stories, and we forget sometimes that we're aware, and we think it's in here instead of out there. So what if we're just kind of these giant receivers, and 99% of what we think and feel is actually what we're aware of?
Correct.
What we are is space, but what we're aware of is all this stuff. So all the stories. So what's another story? So try on stories. So for instance, you just did that. We just did that with your going to India, Nepal, India, northern India.
Yeah.
So your story, just at that moment, was that you, it was something about a negative to yourself, right? That you went and, you know, squandered this opportunity to make money or whatever. You know, you went to be poor. Another story could be that you went to prove that you didn't need money after all, and it was easy to manifest. Another story could be that, you know, you also told that story that there are things that are way more important than money. And when you focused on that, you didn't have to worry about money.
I think the problem in it has nothing to do about generating money, because when she was doing the charity work, she was able to manifest money whenever she needed to. I think it has to do about lifestyle. The lifestyle and the whole doing things for others isn't the same way in where she's living now than it is. So therefore she's stuck generating money, because she was generating money based on her like contribution to the community through the universe.
Yeah, because I said that was the happiest I had ever been. It was just
Right.
my passion and living my truth, and I didn't need money.
But you got it anyway.
So many was provided when you needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's like you need to find your passion again and convert that into a money-making kind of force where you are now. So maybe it might be working at a non-for-profit.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I am just getting back to starting my business again after being on 2-year sabbatical. So, and that's something I love doing, is, you know, doing my healing work. So maybe that will help ignite some things. Because right now, this summer, I've just been going through a healing process. So
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm running on 3% and I need to get going. So.
Well. Okay. What else?
I'm tingling, Linda.
Okay, I have one more. I have one more thing for you guys to not necessarily do right now. But Pam Grote talks about gratitude as an extreme sport. And what she says, and Graziano's talked about this, but not that term, is being grateful for everything. I sort of call it stubborn gratitude. It's like, I'm going to choose to say thank you for everything, even if I don't like whatever it is.
Right. No, I get that. I do that a lot, actually. It's like you kind of have this almost like passive aggressive attitude to saying thank you. It's like, I'll be like, oh, thank you for the running water. Thank you for the toilet. Thank you for this in the morning. It's the point where you're just kind of saying it. And then you get almost kind of like, after the 5th or 6th thing you're saying thank you for, you get excited about it because you're like, actually, thank you for this. Because, and then you, like, by the time that I'm leaving the house, I'm like giddy.
Yeah. Or also, thank you for the kids that made me crazy today. You know, thank you for the guy that cut me off in traffic. Thank you for my sister who's dying. Thank you for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we could, so if you will, can you just easier for you, Joey, because you're already dealing with space all the time, but the Hubble telescope can see, this is man-made technology, and if you think about science fiction, our technology is really quite inferior, actually. So the Hubble telescope can see 13.2 billion light years out into space. It's quite far. And that's just the beginning. They say that's the beginning of the world. I don't believe them. I think space is infinite.
Right, and they actually said that it's called the patchwork universe theory, which means it's like as far as you can reach, the universe ends up kind of like repeating itself. So for every like 60 billion light years, there's like an absolute copy of Earth, and then in the absolute copy of the last 60 billion light years. So it's like a patchwork universe.
It's like
keeps repeating itself.
Selection you can make about with your images on Windows desktop.
Right, it's just like tiling something.
Tiling, yeah.
Tiled reality, which makes perfect sense.
Well, I mean, you got to be efficient with the materials, right?
Exactly, so it just keeps looping in on itself.
Yeah. So when you consider the vastness of space, and I don't know if you've seen the NASA pixel thing where you can keep zooming out and zooming in.
It's so daunting. It makes my brain explode.
I know, and it's like Earth completely disappears after a while. Like, cannot ever see it. It's not even on the map.
It doesn't even exist anymore. It just becomes like background noise. The idea of it becomes background noise.
Yeah, so when you expand out that far, think of the Hubble telescope, think of looking at Earth, think of the infinity of the universe, think of your being expanding beyond all of that, and your advisors expanding beyond all of that, and God or source or whatever you want to call, creator, universe, being in everything and through everything and beyond everything. Is there any lack?
No, I'm all filled up.
Right? There's no lack. So what if lack is just an illusion like every other illusion? So what if the lack of money is just an illusion, or the lack of confidence, or whatever you sort of thought, lack of something, whatever you thought you lacked?
You know, it kind of always does feel like a veil, as in it does feel like an illusion that it's not. It's just me saying that I don't have enough, but when in truthness, it's actually like everything's just fine.
Everything's just fine. So that's the other corollary. Lois might be familiar with this from out west, but I grew up with farmers, right? And the saying out there is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So what if nothing's broken? You know, when you go that far out into space, it's like, how can anything be wrong? You know, and I know that some people are concerned about, World War III is coming and the darkness is spreading over the land. You know, this is the typical trope of all science fiction and fantasy. Darkness is spreading over the land. In Star Wars, darkness is spreading over the galaxy.
Well, good science fiction always starts with an absolutely dreading fear, and then you build on it. That's what they tell you in like literature and like writing, creative writing courses. It's like start with the absolute worst fear.
Gotta have a problem.
On it. Problem. Start with the problem.
So what if there is no problem? What if that's the grand illusion that we live under, is that things can be broken and there can be problems? What if everything is right exactly where it should be in its place, and the illusion is that there's a problem?
Well, that's where things get interesting and exciting.
So, blue pill or red pill? Which one are you going to choose?
Both.
Lois, you know what we're talking about when we say blue pill or red pill?
She's smiling. She does. I think that she knows.
Blue pill, you go back to sleep and everything.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Red pill,
Matrix.
you wake up. Yeah. I still haven't watched the whole movie because when I started watching it, it was too violent and I couldn't handle it.
Linda,
I'm such a little wuss.
It's like a philosophy like 101 now for the
hitting each other. They were shooting.
Okay.
And then where he stops bullets. That's my favorite scene. I've seen those clips. Anyway, so that's all.
Saying no to the violence.
No to
when
the
you
violence.
say no to the violence, it stops.
One last thing before your battery dies. So when we're on this 30-day thing, or even when we're trying to be grateful, it's going to happen that we're not grateful sometimes. So what if in that moment we say, stop, I am not going to judge myself for this, but in this moment, what do I want to choose? So if we could stop judging ourselves So if we had no consideration of what's in the past and no concern about what's in the future, what would you choose right now? So I've had lots of experience because I've got today, I was like going to be the gratitude model. And it's like, oh man, a few times I had to say, reset, start now. Okay, be grateful now. Okay, I can do that. But we try to fix everything, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, let's stop it all. Stop it all.
I just usually start dropping the F-bomb left, right, and center.
Yeah, well, that's gratifying. Doesn't raise your vibration all that much, but it sure is gratifying at the time. Students love that, of course. Teachers do that. So can we kind of agree to ease up on the self, flagellation? Nine tail.
Yep, I'm in.
Okay. So for this 30 days that we're going to do this thing or whatever for the rest of your life, when you see that you screwed up in your mind, which is also an illusion, thank you very much, can we say, oh, okay, in this moment, right? Because in the Bible, who is it? Moses said, who shall I say sent me? He said, tell them I am.
Oh, that's Moses. That's Moses. That's Moses.
He said, so God said to him, he said, tell them I am sent you. Right?
Did you watch the Moses Code? Because they talked about that.
Okay, so it's not I was, it's not I will be, but by I am. So we can only access the divine and the infinite and eternal in this particular moment. God's not back there, he's not over there. I mean, he's everywhere, but this is the moment. So when I go back and try to fix something I've done, I'm back there. I'm not here where I can access all the great stuff. So can we be a little easy on ourselves and say, oh, haha, that was interesting. Okay, now I'm choosing this.
Yes.
Like, oh, I vaporized somebody. Oops. Oops, I destroyed a planet. Oh, well, I don't think I'll do that now. Or whatever it is you've done. Yeah, so can we just be a little kind to ourselves? Like, oops, I let my dad and mom control me. So that was yesterday or this afternoon or 5 minutes ago. What am I choosing right now? I think I'd like to go get a job. I don't care what. And I'm not going to tell them this time. Dad, can I go do this? Stop it. Just for me. Here's an access saying, just for me, just for fun. Don't tell anyone.
One of the most frightening things I think I ever learned was that you don't have to ask people permission for things, not even yourself. Don't even ask yourself for permission to do
just
things.
Go do it. Just
them.
choose it.
Yeah. And then it's like this overwhelming kind of like sense of freedom because you're not looking for any kind of like permission, even
or
from
approval.
yourself.
Yeah.
Or the approval part. It's like you don't look for the approval because you're just doing it, and then whatever reaction usually happens, and usually it's positive.
And at first, it's usually really disconcerting at first. Because it's like, I don't know how to handle the space, like the space of not asking people. And I've been kind of handling that too, because I've been such a good girl for so many years that the thought of doing stuff and not asking for permission, not making sure it's okay with, the powers that be, or whoever, I think has authority, you feel like you're going to go to hell or something, So what, Lois, you're going to say something?
No, it's okay.
You're just going, So, yeah, we've been taught all our lives that,
I just know
you know where I'm coming from, right? We've been taught all our lives that we should ask somebody. Surely somebody is an authority that we should be asking permission from. Whether it's parents or teachers or the government or a boss or the priest or, the babysitter or your mentor, or the person you're taking a class from. Surely somebody has to give it the good housekeeping stamp of approval. And it's a scary thing to take that yourself and say, I'm going to be the good housekeeping stamp of approval. Thank you very much. So, and because you feel like we can't trust ourselves, and that's kind of at the root of it. And that's one of the illusions of this reality, that's very strongly inculcated is that we should not and cannot trust ourselves, and that we are not inherently trustworthy.
Right, but I was just watching a TED's Talks video
It's
about
called
Plato.
imagination.
Yeah.
No, but Plato, it's called the form, where Plato says there's like, the form actually represents everything that exists, but a perfect version of it, and your version of it isn't the perfect version, so you need to meditate and focus on the perfect version of everything. And then once you focus on that, then you're able to become more aligned to that reality.
And your point is?
To let go of all the other things.
All the wrongness and the badness.
Yeah, but that's all. Your perception of everything comes from like not learning about it properly.
Yeah. Not learning about it properly, right? That's the multitudes of beliefs and stories and implants and all the other garbage that we have collected.
Correct.
And there's lots of that. But what if the easiest way to dissipate that is by going, keep going up to this frequency of gratitude, keep going up there. That's going to dissipate all those things when we're living in that flow without having to do clearing forever and ever. Because you can clear and never get to all the layers of the onion.
True.
I know from doing EFT and emotion code and access, they're all clearing, and they will be clearing for eternity because there is no end. If that's all you're focusing on is clearing, there is no end. But when you start vibrating higher, right, living in the flow, that's when things automatically change without all that freaking work.
Correct.
So here's one thing that I was listening to a class that I went to, Graziano's class, year and a half ago. And, you always hear something you didn't really pay much attention to at the time. But he said, you'll only be really free when you're, what did he say? When you're, basically when you're vibrating at the frequency of gratitude, that's the only time you're actually going to be free. Because I was so focused on wanting freedom and wanting to be free of this and all these things that had controlled me. It's like, well, the only way to really be free is that frequency. So what if we just go straight to the main event and work on that, which is what we're doing.
Awesome.
And see what that can change in the space of a month. See what that can transform, just focusing on the things that are pleasurable to us. If they're pleasurable to us, we are inherently grateful for them, right? It's the same thing. So if the language bothers you, just focus on what feels good, what's pleasurable. Do we have any chats? We don't have any chat going on. Oh, you have me muted. Do you want to be unmuted? Or are you unmuted now?
I'm unmuted now.
Okay. All right. All righty. Well, that's all the things that I could think of, I think. Yeah. And I'll send you all the notes that I have.
Well, thank you so much, Linda, for a lovely seminar.
Well, it's a pleasure. This is a pleasure.
Okay, ladies. It was nice to meet you.
Thank
Sarah
you.
Lois.
Yeah. Same to you.
Have
Thank
a lovely
you.
evening.
You too.
Yes. Have a lovely evening and interact online. You can post stuff. You don't just have to just post, your little grateful things. You can make memes, Joey, if you want. Just consider that some people...
Don't get me going.
Just a little heads up that some people have some delicacies in terms of... there's some religious people on here, so just be a little careful.
Oh, that's fine. I'm pretty...
respectful. Okay, good.
Super respectful. Hello. I was raised Roman Catholic.
Yeah?
You don't get more like God-fearing than that.
Devil-fearing, more likely.
I was saying God-fearing and devil-fearing.
No, I'm just teasing.
You learn to be a lot more kind of sensitive to other people's reactions to your behavior and religious kind of set things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
I'm pretty awesome.
So go crazy with the memes, because part of the whole exercise is just having fun and lightening up, right? And so what if you could laugh before breakfast? And what if you could also make jokes to yourself? I've done that. It's like, that's really funny. Good one.
I do that all the time, and people
Yeah.
think that I just a kind of on perma smile because I'm just making hilarious kind of like jokes in my head.
Comments and stuff. Yeah, like the running commentary in your head.
Yeah.
So yeah, like be your own best stand-up comedian and try something fun every day.
It's fun.
And
All right,
smile. People will wonder what you're up to. You know, it's like it's true. It's my brother used to say that all the time. Smile. People will wonder what you're up to. So I'm driving along and I'm smiling just because the physical act of smiling, whether you actually believe it or not, changes your brain chemistry. I mean, that's the weirdest thing in the
100%.
world.
I used to never believe that, Linda, until
There's studies.
I started doing it about a year ago, and it
I
totally
know.
did make a difference.
I know. So like, and people, I don't even look at people in the cars 'cause I don't want to see how they're reacting. But you know, I've tried days where I just smile at everybody I see at school. Wow, everything is so much easier and lighter. Sorry, what? Did you want to say something else? Yeah.
The smile when you dump your liver,
It what?
drain your liver.
It drains your liver?
Oh, you drain your liver.
Haha, that's awesome. Probably does a whole bunch of things in your body. So, yeah, go forth and smile. So anything funny you want to post on there, go ahead. Because, you know, there's all these things about people who've healed themselves just laughing. Like, ouch. Tom Cousins who got cancer or something, whatever he's got, and healed himself just watching funny movies one after the other. Whatever his name is, Cousins. So, yeah, you feel free to post things that are going to crack people up. Okay?
Alright.
And half the fun of it is doing it, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
So it's only for other people. Tricky. Okay, so let's have fun with this. It's not like, and if you fall off the wagon, you know, it's like, oh, I haven't posted for 3 days because my family came over. It's like, well, we're all going to have that. And so this is going to be longer than 30 days. I mean, seriously, we all know that.
I think the goal is just to do 31. It doesn't necessarily mean like it best within 31 days, but don't freak out.
No, don't freak out. Just like, oh, that's another way to not make yourself wrong. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to do it now. Now that I have time, I'll do it. You know, I'm going to be traveling for 24 hours in a row sometimes. So that's not going to be possible. So big deal. Just the idea is just to keep feeding gratitude and try to create a habit. That's all we're doing. That's the whole idea is, right? The habit of gratitude, the habit of noticing beauty. Here's a challenge for you. So look around. Sorry, I keep forgetting these things, but the beauty exercise, it's great. So just random times, just say, oh, notice 5 things that are beautiful. And I usually try to do 10. And it's like, it really makes you pay attention to beauty. And then you really start seeing beauty everywhere.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we're okay.
No, the cat fell off the bed.
I know.
I was rubbing his belly, and he rolled over, and then rolled over again off the bed.
That's brilliant, Kat.
And then he's just lying on the floor. So
I was doing that today when I was driving. It's like, well, after a while, it's like, well, everything's beautiful. Like when you're in that space, everything becomes beautiful, which is kind of the whole point.
because it is.
Because it is.
Ladies,
It
thank you
ends
for
in
a
your
lovely
eyes.
evening.
Okay, I think that's the last PS. Okay, so we'll see you guys online and see you next Tuesday. Wow, he ended quickly. Okay.
Because Phil was going to kick.
Yeah. Power's gone. See ya. Have a great week. Smile, laugh.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. See ya. I'm going to hit stop recording here.